Hello, good morning, and welcome to this Dawn Busters Taste Challenge. We have two American brandies, and they're both 40% alcohol. All right, this is Korbel, California brandy, and it's the only one I've ever seen in Louisiana, and I don't see it in much of Louisiana. Most places don't sell it, so it's hit or miss around here, and mostly miss. Okay, I bought this liter bottle at Dorgnac's food store in Metairie, Louisiana. It was $14.99, but that was about 4 years ago. So the price, I'm sure, has gone up. Okay, clear bottle, glass bottle. It's going to have that cap cover. It's not a real cork. It's that neoprene, that spongy rubber-like substance that they put on the bottom of tennis shoes. Neoprene from our friends at DuPont. All right, now the competitor. Classic Club. Don't know when this hit the market. I know Korbel's been around. Korbel brandy first produced in 1889. Classic Club, can't find a date, but I looked at the liquorcollection.com, this guy's private huge liquor collection, and he has a bottle of Classic Club vodka, and it's clearly from the early 1980s. So we know it's been around at least 40 years. It's probably a line of liquor that was produced by Barton Distilling, and it came under Sazerac's ownership when they picked up Barton. That's my suspicion. So there's the CC with the crown and the two paddles and the martini glasses. So like the label doesn't make a whole lot of sense really when you think about it, but it's just kind of looking like, it kind of looks like you would expect an inexpensive line of liquor to look like. Okay. So the prices on these are Korbel's a little more expensive. Like the Classic Club, $8.49 for the regular bottle, the regular size glass bottle at Total Wine and More. But instead of paying $8.49, I just paid $17.99 and got the handle. Now that price is going up to $18.99, so I got it cheaper when I bought it earlier this year. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot to put this in the notes. Brandy with natural flavors and caramel color. Oh, V.S.O.P means it's aged at least 4 up to 6 years. So that's usually 4 to 6 years V.S.O.P. I've never seen Classic Club in this town. I bought this in Metairie, Louisiana. But we get the Hartley brandy from Sazerac. That's made with Italian. It's not Italian brandy. If you read it carefully, it says made with Italian brandy. Get it? Too bright. Let's see if we can do something here. We didn't need both lamps. Okay, so it says produced and bottled by IWA Distilling Company Limited, Louisville, Kentucky. Well, IWA Distilling is the Sazerac company. It's one of their alias names. I called them on the phone, and the guy said, honestly, we don't even have a facility in Louisville. We have some offices. His remark was, that's where the lawyers work. So he said, if you see Louisville, it's just where it's registered. He says, all coming from Buffalo Trace. I said, okay. I said, where are you located? Oh, wait. I knew he was in Frankfurt because he answered the phone and said, Buffalo Trace Distillery. How may I help you? Okay. So you see the neoprene thing, rubber? See that on a lot of mass produced products. They try to make it look like cork, but it's rubber, which some people claim is better than cork. I don't know. I don't know the science. I'm not a scientist. I'm a taster. I taste stuff. Okay, so Korbel, Francis Korbel, a fugitive from the German Confederation, moved to California and started the company. And if I'm not mistaken, no, I'm thinking of Paul Masson. Paul Masson died in 1940. Then his family sold the company because they didn't want to run it. Okay, and Paul Masson, Brandy, is owned by the Sazerac company today also. So we get that. You know, everybody's got that. Every company sells Paul Masson. I mean, any liquor store is going to have Paul Masson BS at least. You know that. So that's Sazerac got a hold of that. That was one of their big buyouts. That was a big buyout. Classic Club, well, a minor buyout. I was reading reviews last night. Some people don't like it. Like on Total Wine, it's like a 1 out of 5 stars. Terrible, terrible. And then, but most of them are like 5 out of 5 stars. Say, yeah, this is going to be our standby now. We make all our brandy cocktails with it. Notice they said brandy cocktails. They're not sipping this. They're not sitting there sipping it neat at room temperature like I am. But you know, it works out pretty well in that format, I find. I'm not going to sit here and say it's fabulous, but certainly not bad for a big, you know, discount brand. Maxwell, good morning, Ron. Good morning to you, Maxwell, in the Russian Federation. Okay, so appearance. Appearance is copper. I mean, they're the same. I mean, there's really maybe one is a shade or a half a shade darker, but you may as well say they're the same because they are basically the same. We know that the Classic Club is copper colored because they add caramel color to it. It says it on the bottle. Natural flavors were in caramel color. What are the natural flavors? I don't know. They don't say. Brandy with natural flavors. Flavors, plural or singular? Plural. That means they're adding more than one flavor. Natural flavors and caramel color. No website listing. Sazerac used to list every product they made on a long, drawn out website. It was really interesting because they had a spec page that would give everything, each bottle size of every product, the alcohol level, the age, and all of that. But then they stopped when they did their new website. Now they just feature some of the things they produce. Why is that? Probably because they figured nobody was looking at it anyway, except maybe me. And there was a lot of information on there, and they had to have somebody, I guess, to maintain. And maybe they were changing things, and they didn't want to keep updating it. It was right after they bought out all these new brands, and they might have said, like, let's stop putting all this information on here. No one cares. Ain't nobody looking at what Classic Club's configurations are, you know. But I do, but I'm eccentric like that. Okay. Friar Joseph, brew review and barbecue beer reviews. Hello, Joey. He says, morning, Ron. Happy 4th. Thank you. Happy Independence Day, everybody. I forgot to mention that. Independence Day. And I read a good article. It was like, what's not taught about Independence Day. You know, all they teach is no taxation without representation. But they're not really talking about in school how they wanted local self-government. And that's frowned on in the United States today. They want national solutions to every local problem, right? So when the Supreme Court will, on occasion, say, no, it's a state matter, let the states decide, people go in a flip out, an uproar. How dare you let the states decide? You're not protecting our rights, which goes against the whole idea of the American Revolution. So the people that will celebrate the holiday today with flags, they don't even understand the nature of the holiday. If you ask them that, like, you say, do you support secession? Do you support a country seceding from another country or a region? Oh, no, that's terrible. Well, why do you say that? Because the United States seceded from Great Britain. They were secessionists. They'll say, no, they weren't. They declared independence. It's like, you apparently don't know what that word means. Okay. So that's kind of comical. And what was the third thing? He was saying local government secession and limited government, obviously. Let's see. Oh, strict construction of the Constitution. Oh, right. Yeah, the Constitution should be followed with a strict interpretation to protect people's individual rights. But now that's even looked upon as like, oh, that's so old fashioned. No smart person believes that. So it's so comical, really. It is so comical. All right. Or they'll say the right to bear arms, the right to bear. It's all about the British tried to take people's guns. Untrue. Actually, untrue. Gun ownership legislation back then was practically, there wasn't a regulation. All right, so there was no gun permits or anything like that. So people just don't understand. We try to help them understand by education. Independence Day for sure. Happy holidays. Thank you, Maxwell. All right. Anyway, getting off of that. DJ Beacon, happy 4th to all and cheers. Yeah, happy Independence Day, everybody. So, we broke away from Great Britain so that we could have a free government to be much more regulatory and controlling. You know what I mean? Like one guy said during the revolution, he said, I think I'd rather be ruled by a tyrant 3,000 miles away instead of being ruled by 3,000 tyrants a mile away. But they didn't even like his attitude. He was like, they said, you're a troublemaker. You like that king. He said, I got problems with what he does, but I got a lot more problems with what y'all are gonna do. It's like you're taking a bad situation, which is fixable, and you're making it much worse, which is going to probably ultimately be unfixable. So there's a lot to be said about that. Okay, but we don't have time to say it right now. And people are volatile. I told you that. Left wing, right wing, it don't matter. They're volatile. I don't mean all people. I mean a lot of people. Like your super Marxists, leftists, progressives are volatile. They'll fly off the handle and lickety split. Be unfriending you, blocking you on anything because they're crazy. They're crazy. But and very immature, very immature. You say, what about these right wing super patriots? A lot of them are very immature too and fly off the handle. And you can't talk to them. You just say, what are you doing? What are you talking about? And it's like, well, I can't talk to you because you don't listen. You don't listen. You talk a lot, but you don't listen. You can't. Do you have the ability to listen? Can you think? Because if all you can do is wave a flag and say thank you for your service, but you cannot enunciate, you can't articulate or conceptualize, if you can't look at things in an abstract manner, then you're not that bright either. That's just the way I feel about it. All right. Yeah, this smells like standard. I was talking about this last night with the what was the one I was doing? The standard product. I mean, just standard brandy, just like universal mass produced brandy. Yeah, that's what I mean. So this was the same way. It's a universal mass produced brandy of any country's origin and any company's origin. It's standard. Think about whiskey, and then what would come to mind? Jim Beam, Jack Daniels. You see what I'm saying? There's nothing bad about it. You get a little spirit. This is grape spirits, and you get a little oak. But Korbel's making it, it's the same. It's just standardized. It's coming from Brown-Forman, family owned company, family owned, but still huge. And they own Jack Daniels. Most people don't realize they bought out Jack Daniels in 1956. It wasn't just like people say, oh, all these recent buyouts is ruining everything, man. Yeah, but that wasn't recent. That was 67 years ago. It wasn't like the other day. So don't say to me, Jack Daniels was so much better before the buyout. Yeah, well, you were drinking it 8 years ago? No, you weren't even born. Now, I know some people that were born, and well, maybe they were drinking it when they were 12, illicitly. I don't know. I don't hope that wasn't the case. The person I know isn't a big drinker, so he drinks. He's not a big drinker. You see what I'm saying? He has an old fashioned like every night. But like all during the day, he ain't working on hobbies. He's not a hobbyist like I am. You know what I'm saying? A hobbyist. Now this smells like brandy with natural flavors. What are the flavors? Couldn't tell you, but I can make some guesses. I can make guesses. Don't know how accurate they'll be, but I don't think they're going to be too wild or outrageous. What I'm smelling here, what I want, what I need is a guarantee that there'll be no more attempts on my father's life. What guarantees, kid? I'm the hunted one. I missed my chance. I accidentally tasted it. Sloshed it too much. I would say orange peel and vanilla. Is it conceivable that Sazerac could be putting in orange peel and vanilla? Yeah, but it ain't like somebody sitting there with a thing, that one of those little kitchen tools, shaving orange peel off and putting it in the batch. If you think that, then you really are off track. And it's not like somebody's sitting there with vanilla beans, squeezing the oil out of it, the essence, or soaking it in vanilla beans. There is no way that's happening. I mean, it might happen in a craft brandy that's costing you $150 a bottle. Okay, fair enough. Small, super small batch. But for this big thing, if it is orange peel, it's a huge Mylar bag of dehydrated orange peel that they bought from these supply houses for producers, and it's called, Infinity Farms dehydrated orange peel, and you cannot buy it at the store, and you wouldn't be able to get it because you're not a wholesaler and you're not a producer. Okay. And if it's vanilla, it's the same thing. It's a huge thing of it. It's not imitation vanilla. Now, some people are going to come on here talking about, oh, that's all fake vanilla. It's not real. Well, no, it's natural flavors. So it couldn't be imitation orange peel, or it would be illegal. Like I tell my friend David sometimes, I say, no, that would be illegal. Because he'll say, oh, the company's probably just lying and they're not using real bourbon. I say, no, you have to understand. I mean, yeah, it's possible they could be lying, but the chances are so low that it's not worth mentioning it, because they would open themselves up to so much liability. And in this case, the liability would be fraud. You couldn't say that the product damaged you, like, oh, it made me sick or ill in some kind of way. No, that wouldn't be your case. No, your case would be that they cheated you. They actually committed a crime, fraud, by telling you it was natural flavors when you come to find out it was artificial flavoring. There's your case. There would be a criminal it would be criminal activity, which would be, criminal court, and also it would be civil court for that. So why would they want to go to all that trouble when they could easily just buy some inexpensive natural flavoring and add it to the brandy? But that's the answer is they wouldn't go to the trouble, and it's the second option. Okay, that's it. It's the second option. All right. It tastes like distilled grapes. I don't know how else to describe it. You know what grapes taste like, right? Like, yeah, I'm gonna go eat some white grape. Think about the white grapes, not the red grapes, the purplish. Okay, let me go eat some grapes. I'm eating white grapes. Oh, they're fruity. They got that grape flavor. You know what the flavor is. Now, think about it along the lines of like what sherry tastes like. Sherry, not cream sherry. No, not so much that. Maybe dry sherry. Yeah. Or cocktail sherry is also very dry because they don't want it to be too sweet to interfere with the cocktail they're making. There's so many sherry cocktail. So think along the lines of like Fairbanks or Sheffield, which I don't really see that too much anymore. Mathern still carries Fairbanks port, but dry sherry. Now, dry sherry is a unique flavor, so it'd be hard for me to describe what it is if you ain't had it. All right. So think about that. Dry means very not sweet, crisp, more like if you're talking about beer. And it's distilled into a liquor. Then you have the idea of what this is. If that sounds good to you, then you might enjoy brandy. If it sounds repulsive to you, you probably won't enjoy brandy. Does this taste like whiskey? No, because whiskey is being produced from grains, cereal grains, and if it's bourbon, it has to be mostly corn. So if it's rye whiskey, obviously it's mostly rye. If it's wheat whiskey, so forth. So no, that is going to have a cereal flavor. Cereal, different experience. This is more fruit. Makes sense. It is fruit. It's made from fruit. I mean, it's fruit. It's fruity. It's fruit. I ain't saying it's as fruity as Monroe on Too Close for Comfort, but it's fruity in that sense. Okay, taste over here. Same thing. Fruity, grapey, but this has more grape skin flavor. You say grape skins, that's probably not what they're shooting for. Or that's probably not what the consumer is looking for. I like that kind of stuff. It's a little rough cut and so forth, but maybe that wouldn't appeal to everybody. You say, oh, that's why they add in the flavoring. The orange peel, maybe the vanilla to cut it and give it a smoother, more approachable flavor, something like that. Yeah, probably is why they're doing that. Does it have a good flavor? I would say it has a good flavor. That's me. You can only speak for yourself, right? Like if you do a review channel, you could say, well, I thought it tasted like this. This is what I thought about it. I gave it a B. I thought it was good, but it wasn't excellent. Okay. And then I could come back to you and say, well, this is what I thought about it. I gave it such and such score because I had this opinion of it. See, it doesn't make you right and me wrong. On the other hand, it doesn't make me right or you wrong. It's opinions about it. See, that's what we call subjective approach to a topic. It's subject to your viewpoint. Objective would be no, it's definitively true or false. The objective statement would be This is a brandy with natural flavors. That's not an opinion. They used to teach that. Maybe they still do in high school. Opinions versus facts, and they're trying to trick you, see if you can figure it out. Objective statement. This is a brandy with natural flavors and caramel color. That's actually true. That's literally what it is. Now, you came to me and said, but that's not my truth. I identify it as a whiskey. I would say either you're kidding around, you're playing a game, you're joking, you're kidding, right? I mean, you're not serious, because I wouldn't take you seriously. So hopefully you're not, or you believe in lies, or you have a delusion. That means a delusion means you believe in things that aren't true. And that's a sign of mental illness. You say you believe things, they aren't true. You have delusions. People have paranoid delusions. They'll think the cops are out to get me, but the cops don't even know who you are. They don't care about you. You're not breaking the law, but maybe you are, and it's making you think. You see you doing things that are unsound or illegal. So you see, but then they still might not be out to get you. You just believe it, you see. So you get my point? This is a California brandy. That is an objective statement. It's a brandy. It's made in California, and it's 40% alcohol. Now, does it have coloring added? This we don't know. They don't make a statement to that effect, but that doesn't mean anything, because you're allowed to add coloring in the United States to brandy, and you don't have to release that information. You can keep it. You don't have to disclose it, is what I'm trying to say. But Sazerac chooses to disclose it, okay? Now, which of these tastes better? Honestly, I prefer the Korbel. It's got a spiciness. Now, you say spiciness. What are they adding? Spice to it? Interestingly, another thing I didn't bring up, you're allowed to add flavoring to brandy in the United States, and you don't have to disclose it. True story. Now, I think that would be kind of shady, You're adding flavoring to a brandy, and you're not letting people know that. And they're tasting it and saying, boy, these grapes are spicy for some weird reason. I'm going to hope that they're not doing that, because they do make one called XS, extra spicy. XS. Yeah, it's called Korbel XS. I think that stands for extra spicy, because they're adding spices to it. It says on the thing, brandy with spices added. Well, that's a pretty interesting product. It's a liqueur. It's not a true brandy. It's a brandy liqueur, pre-packaged liqueur. But those are very popular, as you know, as we all know. And I liked it, and I did a dual review with Tanya Mikowski, and it's still posted. I believe so, yeah. We thought it was good. All right, so Korbel, I like it. The spiciness, medium body, smooth as silk, goes down easy, tastes nice, smells nice. It's a winner all the way, all the way, all the way, all the way, all the way. Let's look at the comments. Friar Joseph says, Hennessy, yeah or nay, I like it. I say yay. I like Hennessy. I think it's good. I don't know why some people say it's nasty. Is it overpriced? Well, yeah. I think it's overpriced for what you get. But I don't say anything's overpriced, because if people are willing to pay it, I guess that's the right price. If you want to pay that kind of outrageous price for Hennessy, go ahead. You buying the name. You say, I got my Henny. Good. But Mathern's got the same size bottle for $24.99. It's Remy Martin V.S.O.P. I've never had Remy Martin V.S.O.P, but I know doggone good and well it's going to be better than Hennessy VS. I know that. It's a higher grade. It's a lower price, and Remy Martin knows what they're doing. They're an even older company. They've been around even longer. So without even tasting it, I know it's going to be better. But it's what, it's what people do. They buy the name, and that's cool. Look, what are you saying? Loche Harvey Sherry. Oh, love Harvey Sherry. Oh, Harvey's Bristol Cream. Oh, that's the thing there, boy. That's the jewel. That is the jewel. I can't remember who makes it. It's one of those big holding companies like, it's not William Grant, I don't think, because I think William Grant makes the. No, they might make it. They might. I can't keep up. I cannot keep up. They keep changing ownership. All these companies keep passing these brands around, and they buy and sell the distilleries. and the wineries. I cannot keep up. I really can't. But you could find out. But Harvey's Bristol, people ask me, what's the best cream sherry? I say Harvey's Bristol Cream from Spain, real popular in England. That's my opinion, you understand? It's so good. Now, Classic Club. It's not a classic. I don't think you'll see it in any club. Well, you might see it in some clubs, but they'll be dangerous to go to. I'm just kidding. It's not as smooth. It's got some like I don't know, some kind of waxiness to it or whatever that is. But it's not bad though. But it's not bad. It's actually, to me, not only is it not bad, it is literally good. It has a good flavor. Definitely more in the B range. I can't see it coming into the A range. Whatever I said in the solo review is, well, that's what I said then. That was then, this is now. It's good. Even maybe very good. If I could go, I would probably go along with that. That is very good. Very good. But very good, like 88, definitely. Yeah, like not 89. But you know what I mean? Like it's close. But it's fine. I'm glad I bought it. For $17.99 for this big jug. I ain't complaining. But it's no Korbel, no. And you would never confuse the two because they do not taste alike, except for that overall overarching grape characteristic. But beyond that, they don't taste alike. Okay, so now we leave the United States. I think I covered the United States, Brandies. Keep thinking I'm forgetting something, though. That I got a bottle stuck somewhere and I can't remember. If y'all remember, let me know. But I think we're going to go on to foreign countries now. We have to do Spanish brandy, French brandy, Ukrainian brandy. We got a lot, and it's going to be exciting, and I can't wait. Good morning to you, BC's Beer Reviews. Oh, BC's Beer Reviews, regardless if it's a bottle or a can. The man's just going to review it. That's it. He's going to make the beer review, even draft or on occasion, I think. All right, we all take care now, and we're going to move on. Happy Independence Day again.